another YouTube video, bro. And today, my nigga, we got a very, 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 very special video for y'all. What's the name of this video? Oh, the unbelievable rise of Drake Maye, my nigga. And if y'all don't know, my nigga, bro, Drake Maye been going crazy, bro. The past, no, I think the game right now, yeah, the game is on right now versus my Broncos. I gotta get into that. Y'all know Bo Nix out and shit like that, so I'm trying to make these videos look, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to see where this nigga Drake, I think it came from North Carolina or some shit like that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really tapped into Drake Maye, but I just know it was some nigga on North Carolina that looked like this nigga. Y'all know who I'm talking about too, bro. But yeah, I'm trying to see where this nigga come from, bro. Cause this nigga just rose out of nowhere. Drake Maye, you? But if you're new here, bro, leave a like, comment, subscribe down below. On the road to 800 subs, bro. 800. Oh, you know what I'm saying? We'll keep pushing to that 800 subs, man. And let's get like, you know what I'm saying, 5 likes this video. Once we hit 1,000 subs, I'm bumping that bitch up to like 10. Not too crazy, bro. So without further ado, let's get into this bit.
Drake Maye isn't Tom Brady, but what's scary is, statistically, he's off to a better start than the GOAT. This is just his second year. Maye's first in the NFL.
This is his second year?
First in
I thought it was, hold on, whoa, I thought it was like his third, 4th year.
5 in passing yards per game, top 3 in touchdowns, and somehow still top 5 in QB rushing yards.
Drake Maye is a more mobile version of Brady.
That's what I was just saying in my other video, bro. If you don't have a mobile QB in the big 2026, you're not winning no games.
About every 4 or 5 years.
Cause these niggas, these edge rushers is coming, bro. These blockers don't hit the same.
Chaos into chances, and he makes throws on the move.
And I'm not gonna lie, that nigga Diggs can actually get him a ring, bro. And I would love to see that.
Accurate this player has been, because I don't feel like we've given him actually enough justice in terms of just how effective he's been putting the football wherever he wants.
From leading the NFL in completion percentage to becoming an MVP candidate in his 2nd season at just 23 years old.
Damn, this nigga 1 year older than me, bro.
Since Tom Brady. This is the story of Drake Maye. There we go.
Drake Maye.
Growing up, Drake Maye was the youngest brother in the most competitive household in North Carolina. His dad, Mark, had played quarterback at UNC back in the 80s.
Yeah,
I
gotta say, didn't he go to North Carolina?
Played basketball for the North Carolina Tar Heels from 2015 to 2019, and was part of the team's 2017 national championship win. In fact, he made headlines during the Elite 8 game as he made the game-winning shot to beat Malik Monk's.
Oh, that was him?
With 0.3 seconds.
What?
Paving the way for their overall victory. Cole won a national championship in baseball at Florida. And Bo hooped for UNC too. This family is the Mannings of North Carolina. Former North Carolina offensive coordinator Phil Longo said. So, every day in that house felt like the Olympics without the cameras. But here's the thing. Instead of getting buried under all that pressure, Drake absorbed it. As a freshman at Huff High School, Drake sat behind a junior quarterback because his coach was committed to playing the upperclassmen. But the rest of the state already knew something that the coaches weren't saying out loud. During playoff prep that year,
hold on, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Y'all know, my niggas know when y'all balls feel like they lock in, bro. That shit hurts so bad, bro. And that's what's going on to me right now. And I'm trying to fight it, bro, but it's like, bro, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts bad.
Scott Chadwick started doing what every coach does, scouting opponents.
Miami?
But when he got on the phone with coaches
not Miami,
who faced
Hawaii?
Huff earlier in the season, they told him something he couldn't believe. I had other coaches tell me, hey, don't hurt the starter. You don't want to knock him out, Chadwick said. You don't want that freshman coming in. The freshman is the better quarterback. You don't want him coming in. Don't knock the starter out. Chadwick didn't fully understand what that meant yet, but he would. Because while Drake waited behind the starter, he started training at Chadwick's quarterback factory that he ran with Vikings quarterbacks coach Josh McCown. Chadwick was so impressed that he convinced the Mayes to move just so Drake could play for Myers Park. And that decision changed everything. In his sophomore year, he threw for 3,201 yards and 36 touchdowns, leading his team to the state semifinals. Then, in his junior season, Myers Park averaged 50 points per game and were the #1 team in the state and nationally ranked. Maye set a state record by completing 72% of his passes for 50 touchdowns to just 2 interceptions. But the state playoff formula sent him on the road in the quarterfinals to play the #2 team in the state, where they fell 35-32. And his senior season was shaping up to be historic. He was already a 4-star recruit, with offers from Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, and UNC. And Myers Park was going to have 2 nationally televised games, one of them at Bank of America Stadium on NFL Network, against Trinity Christian and some kid by the name of Shadur Sanders and his dad.
What? Hold on, I gotta see this shit.
A wonderful thing called COVID happened. And Drake Maye, one of the best high school quarterbacks the state had ever seen, never played another down.
What? So you telling me it was gonna be a Drake Maye and Shadur showdown in high school, my nigga? What? And I never, like, bro. Like I said, I was in the 9th grade at this time. What's this, like 2019? I was beefing with my mama every day, getting my phone checked every month. So y'all know I was not tapped in, and I was trying to get up out of there. But what the fuck? My nigga weak, bro. That would have been crazy. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Came time to pick a college. After originally committing to Alabama, Drake decided to continue his family's legacy. He was going to UNC. But the Tar Heels already had a star quarterback in Sam Howell. So Drake redshirted in 2021, waiting and learning.
I gotta say, yeah, did he go to
behind Sam Howell?
Yeah, I think it was a blessing. I think the main thing about Sam was just, how he approached it, every day, his preparation, whether it's in this quarterback room or just, day in, day out. He treated it like, it was a 9-to-5 job. Everything he thought, kind of did his life around football, and especially in season. We'd stay in till, 8 to 9 o'clock, and, sometimes even 10 o'clock, just watching film over and over, same clips, and I'd tell him, Sam, we gotta watch that, stuff like that.
By 2022, this was Drake's team, and on opening night against Florida A&M,
I know he put
5 touchdowns, becoming the first UNC quarterback to ever do
look. Florida A&M, they can have all the pretty females that they want at that school, bro, but their football team would never compete to one of these, like a D1, actual D1 school. Like, that's like an HBCU team versus Oregon or Bama or, you know what I'm saying?
And by the end of 2022, Drake led the entire country in total offense with a combined 5,019 passing and rushing yards. He set the school record for passing yards, tied the record for touchdowns, and took UNC to the ACC Championship game and the Holiday Bowl, as he earned ACC Player of the Year as a first-year
He played
starter.
us?
And he did in the Holiday Bowl, as he earned ACC Player of the Year as a to the ACC Championship game and the Holiday Bowl.
I gotta watch this game. I gotta watch that game.
ACC Player of the Year as a first-year starter, and he didn't stop. In 2023, teams threw everything they had at him, and he still delivered 3,600 plus passing yards, 24 touchdowns through the air, 9 more on the ground, and multiple 400-yard performances. By the time he finished his college career, he was top 5 in passing yards and passing touchdowns in UNC history, all while starting only 2 seasons. Now he was heading to the NFL draft, a draft that was historically loaded with quarterback talent. There was Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, J.J. McCarthy, and Michael Penix.
Not gonna lie,
projected to go in the first.
Any of them Heisman candidates of this year, of that year, would have won it last year. Like, I promise you that. Any one of them niggas, if the nigga would have stayed one more season, they was all season. But you know what I'm saying? Like, any of them niggas would have won if they would have came into that big this year. I promise you that.
Caleb Williams was the locked-in number 1 pick going to the Bears, but behind him, no one knew who was going number 2. Some scouts swore Drake Maye was the best QB in the entire draft. Others said they wouldn't touch him at number 2. And in a class this stacked, that uncertainty mattered. So, with the 2nd pick, the Washington Commanders played it safe, selecting LSU's Jaden Daniels, who had played 55 college games, nearly double Drake's total. Left the Patriots on the board at number 3, with the option to either trade down or stick and pick. And despite Brian Daboll and the New York Giants desperately trying to trade up, the Patriots refused, because they knew exactly who they wanted.
We had like a 20-minute interview with Robert Kraft in July, and he kept saying, I have my guy. I have my guy. And he was talking about Drake Maye.
When Tom Brady walked out of New England in 2020, the Patriots lost the engine that powered 20 years of dominance and 6 Super Bowls. They tried everything, from Cam Newton to Bailey Zappi to Mac Jones, but none of it worked. From 2022 to 2024, the Patriots ranked bottom 5 in offense.
It's like when a lot of niggas come to the league, like, they just stop playing the game. It's like, y'all know, y'all niggas just be spending money on chain, trying to like rappers and shit. These niggas just only go to practice. Niggas just join their life because they in the league. Nigga like me, bro, if I get shit in the field, bro, after the draft, my nigga, I'm in the lab, bro. I'm like, bro, I'm training, bro. I'm not partying with my family. No, nigga, fuck y'all, bro. I got work I gotta do, bro. This shit ain't no game. This real life, nigga. Take y'all at home. Like, cause there's no way, like, Matt Jones, for example, my nigga. Like, how did you, bro? Bama, you went to Bama, bro. You balled out at Bama and did this in the league. Confused.
Season, the dynasty was ashes, and this Drake Maye kid was drafted to safety. However, the Pats' initial 2024 plan was for Maye to sit and learn, as Jacoby Brissett led the team. But after a brutal 1-4 start, New England made the bold move to hand the keys to Drake Maye, and his first game changed everything. Houston, on the road, against a tough defense. No one would have blamed him for looking overwhelmed. Instead, he came out firing. Maye threw 3 touchdowns, more TDs than Brissett had thrown in 5 games combined. 143 yards,
That's sad,
38
man.
rushing yards, more than anyone else on the team. In fact, he became the first quarterback since at least 1950 to throw 3 touchdowns and lead his team in rushing in his first start. Week after week,
that
the
nigga
flashes
cooking.
became harder to ignore. He threw off-platform lasers. He slid through collapsing pockets. He diagnosed blitzes that were designed for rookies to fail. But in week 8, Drake Maye
ain't that,
suffered a concussion,
what's that nigga
one
name?
that
LeGarrette
scared
Blount?
every Patriots fan. However, when he returned weeks later, nothing about his confidence looked shaken. While the Patriots finished 4-13, the film told a different story. Drake Maye threw for 2,276 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. But here's the wild part. His first 10 touchdown passes went to 10 different receivers. By season's end, Maye had gone from backup to spark plug to Pro Bowl selection as Josh Allen's replacement. As a rookie in the Pro Bowl on a 4-win team.
That's crazy as fuck.
Unless the league sees something far bigger than the record. The numbers were good. The highlights were better. But what Maye gave the Patriots was something they hadn't felt since the day Tom Brady walked out the door. Belief. The spark had been lit. But the rest of the league had no idea how fast that spark was about to turn into a fire. Because that offseason, new head coach Mike Vrabel walked through the doors. A former Patriots legend, a no-nonsense leader, and the first coach since Belichick who came in with a clear identity. New England dropped $364 million in free agency, the most in the entire NFL, by over $90 million. They swung
That's a
big
rich
wide
old man,
receiver
bro.
with Stephon Diggs, the former All-Pro, signed to a 3-year, $63.5 million deal.
Damn.
It was bold, but it was also risky. Diggs was 31, coming off a torn ACL, and also had some character concerns. Still, it beats Demario Douglas at wide receiver 1, and they didn't stop there, adding offensive linemen Morgan Moses, Garrett Bradbury, and Wes Schweitzer to stabilize their front that ranked 31st in the NFL the year before. On the defensive side, Vrabel wanted speed, toughness, and pressure, and the Patriots bought exactly that. Edge Harold Landry III, his former Tennessee pass rushing weapon. Edge Caleb
That's
Chase,
smart.
defensive tackle Milton Williams, a $100 million interior disruptor with a breakout upside. Nose tackle Kiris Tonga, a 340-pound run stuffer in the middle. Linebackers Robert Spillane and Jack Gibbons, safeties Marcus Epps and Jalen Hawkins, and cornerback Carlton Davis III. A true outside.
Don't forget the pro duck.
Christian
I was finna
Gonzalez.
say.
For the first time since
Don't forget the
Brady,
pro duck,
the
bro. You
Patriots
tripping.
felt like a team with direction. It was all up to Drake Maye. But the thing about quarterbacks is they usually take a step back in year 2. Defenses have film on them. Teams know their weaknesses. The so-called sophomore slump. But Drake Maye, he was different. He opened the 2025 season with back-to-back 250-plus yard games. In Week 5, Buffalo came into Foxborough expecting to rattle the kid. Instead, Maye gave them the first real welcome to the show moment. Late in the 4th, tied game, Bills sitting in their too-high trap coverage. Maye hit Kayshon Boutte as New England went on to finish the drive.
That nigga last name is Boutte.
Setting the heavily favored Bills. And this is when the stat line stopped being good and started becoming insane. A 3-touchdown day against Miami, a near-perfect passer rating in a divisional blowout, multiple games with 300-plus yards and 0 turnovers.
Ooh.
Week 10, Pats versus Bucks. Maye drifts right, reset his feet, and launches an absolute moonshot, 56.4 yards in the air, the longest of this season, landing perfectly into Mac Hollins' stride. 2 weeks later, against Cincinnati, Drake held the safety with his eyes, climbed the pocket, and dropped a layered dart down
Ooh,
the
this
seam to
nigga
Demario
dying
Douglas.
niggas.
A throw with just a 32.8% completion probability, but perfect timing,
Like,
perfect
he made that
velocity,
bitch, though.
and perfect placement. By the time the Patriots finally reached their bye week, they were no longer just a fun story. Because New England was 11-2 and winners of 10 straight.
Back in high school, we won 13 straight. In college, I think we may have won 8 or 9 straight. But No, this is a different beast. This is the NFL.
Maye ended up leading the Patriots to a division title, the number 2 seed in the entire AFC, and is now an MVP candidate. The MVP award is currently a close 2-man race between Drake Maye and Matthew Stafford, 2 players separated by 14 years.
Oh God, I'm gonna say Matthew Stafford.
50,000 career passing yards and completely different expectations. But if the MVP is truly about who means the most to their team, the answer isn't complicated. It's the kid in New England.
From the expectations of what you started with and what he has
A
around
vet versus
him
a rookie.
to what he's done.
I mean, a vet versus a
I
youngin.
think he has
A
raised
youngin.
the level of those guys around him.
However, the playoffs have a way of stripping teams down to who they really are. No tricks, no shortcuts, no style points. And for a Patriots team that had the second easiest schedule since league realignment in 2002, playing only 3 regular season games against opponents that finished with winning records, people thought Drake Maye was going to get exposed, especially when it was revealed that they would be facing the league's top-ranked defense in the divisional round, the Houston Texans. Snow fell at Gillette Stadium, and from the opening snap, it felt like one of those games where nothing was going to come easy. Maye took hits. He got sacked 5 times.
Damn.
He lost 2 fumbles. And yet, New England never panicked. Because while the offense fought the elements, the defense made a statement.
Oh yeah, this is against their style. How to this nigga? What the
Pick
fuck?
6 that flipped the stadium on its head. And as the game rolled on, Drake
Nah,
Maye
turnovers
found
in
his
one
zone.
game was
He
crazy.
finished with 3 touchdown passes and 1 interception. That didn't matter because it was a last-second Hail Mary. And by the final whistle, as New England advanced to the AFC Championship game for the first time since the Brady era, the takeaway wasn't about stats. It was about growth. Because Maye proved something every great quarterback has to learn
Hey.
at some point. You don't win in January by being spectacular. You win by being unbreakable. Now the stage gets bigger. A trip to Denver. on the road,
Don't. It's today.
the Super
It's
Bowl.
happening right now as we
However,
speak.
The Patriots find
Bo
themselves
Nix is out.
in
This
the
game don't count.
Following news that Broncos QB Bo Nix.
This don't count. This don't. Look. This don't count. Hold on. What's the score? Wait, hold on. Oh, we scored! I know. I got into that game.
The world may get to see Maye in the Super Bowl. And now, everybody's asking the same question. How good is Drake Maye, actually? Since Drake's first start in 2024, nobody in the league has more rushing yards on scrambles in regular season games than him. But here's the twist most people miss. The athleticism isn't what breaks teams. The league is full of athletes who can move. Everybody can improvise now. That's just the modern game. But what makes Drake Maye terrifying, the trait that separates him from everyone else, is his accuracy.
Each player kind of like has their own subtle nonverbal tells, and Drake's such a smart guy, he understands all these things, so he's able to put it in the right spot for.
I know that. I know for a fact. This throw right here, I know for a fact this was a dot. Like this was a dot. I'm knowing it was a dot.
Spot for
A short
every
pass
type
for
of
sure.
pass catcher, whether it's a larger tight end or it's like Pop Douglas, a very explosive, twitched up receiver.
This season, he led the NFL in completion percentage by completing 72% of his passes. And he did it behind an offense where 6 different players have led the team in receiving yards in a game. He has an uncanny ability to see the coverage post-snap. New England quarterbacks coach Ashton Grant said, Maye was the first QB since Patrick Mahomes in 2018 to generate a plus 200 EPA on his passes, finishing with plus 203.1. He led the NFL with 112 downfield completions and 99 completions under pressure. As a result, Maye's 72% completion rate was plus 9.1% over expected,
Damn.
the highest mark by any QB in the next-gen stats era. And the craziest part is that everything we've seen so far might not even be the real show yet. Because if he's already in the race for MVP in year 2 at just 23 years old, how much better could he still become? Because if he keeps climbing at this pace, the rest of the league has a real problem.
Yeah,
'Cause he's
man,
not the
another
next
Brady,
Tom
bro.
Brady. He's the first Drake Maye.
I mean, yeah, he is the first Drake
Stick with
man.
Blitz.
Ain't no next Tom
Subscribe.
Brady. Next thing you know, I feel like in the later on down the line, bro, these niggas gonna end up making a Drake Maye statue, bro. I'm not gonna lie. But if y'all enjoyed the video, bro, leave a like, come subscribe down below. Follow me. All my stuff's on the screen. They see me in the description as well. On the road to 800 subs. Now catch y'all boys in the next one.